Hello everyone, welcome back. In our previous video, we have learned about income tax exemption and steps how to apply for it on Startup India portal. So in today's video, we shall discuss about Angel Tax Exemption, and in the similar way, we'll understand the step-by-step process for applying it on Startup India portal. So before we proceed, please do subscribe to my channel for more informative content like this, and don't forget to hit the bell icon for new video notifications. So let's get started. Namaste everyone. My name is Madhav Reddy. I'm an entrepreneur and a startup mentor. Now, what exactly is this angel tax? Angel tax is a form of tax that unlisted companies have to pay on the amount or the capital that they have raised by issuing of the company shares to a particular investor. Now, let me explain this with the help of a small example. Let's say there is a startup and they have raised around 28 crores from a particular investor by issuing around 80,000 shares. Now, let's say the quoted price of this particular share is somewhere around 3,500 rupees. But if the market value of this particular share is only 1,500 rupees, that means the startup has raised 2,000 rupees per share extra than the fair market value. So, the actual fair market value of entire 80,000 shares would be somewhere around 12 crores. But the startup has raised 28 crores, so 16 crores extra. So, as per the current rule, this particular startup has to pay 30.9% of the 16 crores as angel tax. So 30.9 of these 16 crores is somewhere around 4.49 crores, so around 5 crores. So the Startup India has launched this particular scheme of angel tax exemption, where if you fit in this eligibility criteria, you can get exempted from paying this 30.9% angel tax. So as I mentioned, there is eligibility criteria for that. So if you fit in it, you can apply for this. So let's understand what exactly is the eligibility criteria in order to apply for this angel tax exemption scheme under Section IAC 56. So the first point in eligibility criteria is the aggregate amount of paid up share capital and the share premium of the startup after the proposed issue of shares should not exceed Indian rupees 25 crores. So that is the first eligibility point. Second point is your startup should be DPIIT recognized. That means you should have the Startup India recognition certificate. So by any chance, if your startup has not applied for this recognition or not aware about the process, I've already made a separate video on how to get Startup India recognition. The link is mentioned in the description box. You can go ahead and apply for it. So these two are the main three eligibility points. So if you meet these two eligibility criteria, you can go ahead and apply for the angel tax exemption scheme on the Startup India portal. So now let's move on to Startup India portal and understand the form that needs to be filled in order to apply for this scheme. So let's log on to Startup India portal. So this is the homepage of Startup India portal. So once you browse down on the homepage, you will find this option called income tax exemption. So click on this. So once you click on this, the income tax exemption notification page will open. On the left side, you can see here startup recognition and exemption. So click on that. So this will take you to this particular page. Now if you remember earlier video, we discussed about Startup India 80 IAC tax exemption, which is for income tax exemption. So now for this video, we're looking at angel tax. So you have to browse down and come down to this part. The Startup India tax exemption under Section 56 of Income Tax Act. Now here if you observe, the eligibility criteria which we have discussed earlier in the video has also been mentioned here. And if you need further or extra details on this, you can refer to this notification which is mentioned here. Now here, this is the link which we need to click in order to reach the form and avail the angel tax exemption. So let's click on this. So once you click on it, this page will open, which is form 56, and this is the form we need to fill in order to avail this exemption scheme. So if you have logged in using your Startup India credentials, some of these details like your name of the startup and incorporation numbers and all those things will automatically be pulled up from the profile which you have created while you are registering with Startup India portal. So by any chance the data is not auto pulled, you can manually fill them. So let's look at the details what the form is asking for. So the first one is name of the startup, and then the date of incorporation of your startup. And then we have your incorporation number or registration number. Then your startup's address and the location, the nature of the business, and then contact details like phone, email ID, your PAN number, and the Startup India recognition number. As we mentioned earlier, being recognized by Startup India or DPIIT recognition is one of the eligibility criteria to avail this particular scheme. And then you need to upload one declaration form. The declaration form sample is already mentioned here. You can download it and you can update the data as per your details, your name, signatures, and all those things. And you need to save it in PDF format. If you see below in the important points what they mentioned, it's clearly mentioned that the declaration form has to be in PDF format. So that you need to upload. And the assign, whichever date you're signing, the date has to be selected here. So let's say I'm signing today, so 2nd December, you have to select it here. And then you need to submit it. This form is pretty simple as compared to the income tax declaration form which I've seen earlier. So this is a very simple form with these details. So I hope this video has made you understand the Angel Tax Exemption Scheme and how to apply for it on the Startup India portal. So if you like my video, do drop your feedback in the comment section and do subscribe to my channel for more informative content like this. And don't forget to hit the bell icon for new video notifications. Thanks a lot for watching my video. See you all in the next video. Until then, namaste.